Ordering a custom costume from a cosplay company can be really, really awesome, or it can be really scary. We all know the feeling. You either get a cosplay that looks to be one of the best things that you've ever owned, or it looks like a toddler assembled it with a glue gun. So, what I'm going to do today is talk a little bit about the dangers of ordering custom costumes. There are a lot of people out there that are actually awesome at doing this, like Napier's, Replica Industries, Unmasked Studios. They all deliver, sometimes a little bit later than we'd like them to, but they all deliver really, really awesome products. So, I was having a bit of a look on Etsy. So, every now and then I like to reach out to new people that I haven't worked with, and as you know, I like to review cosplays, costumes, whether that's from a place like Pro Cosplay or Sim Cosplay or Napier's or Unmasked, ranging from many thousands of dollars to maybe a $20 or $30 costume. I like to sort of scout out what I can find, and the last couple of days have been really telling. So the world of AI is scary. It's like getting to a point where it's getting harder and harder to tell the difference between what it is that you're looking at. Is it real or is it AI generated? Ooh, excuse me, that was crazy. Live theater. So I found a particular maker, a couple of them. So I had a look, and I had a look at this costume. And so a couple of things that you need to look out for when you're searching for a cosplay is, A, is it too good to be true? Like, is it something that looks like it should cost a lot more than what it is that you're getting? So in other words, if it looks really, really great, if it looks like it could be like a multi-$1,000 costume and they're asking you for a couple $100, it's like, ooh, let's have a look at that. So this particular suit, at first glance, looked really, really amazing. So I'll show it to you right now. So what it is a seller who's claiming that it's a premium costume, like leather based and really, really looking good. So at first glance, it looks pretty awesome. But then when you kind of go in a little bit, you're like, oh, okay, it looks a little bit too perfect. This guy doesn't really look like he's a real guy. Like, if you really look at these photos, you can tell, like, their skin, like, in terms of this model, the skin's a little bit too perfect. It looks like a bit of a filter. He doesn't have any, like, light behind his eyes. Like, he doesn't look like he's living. And you can, like, scroll in, and you can just, like, see little things, and it's like, that's a little bit uncanny valley for me. This suit looks too good to be true. So what I did is, now this suit for about $700 or so, well, 643 with the discount. Ooh. So I reached out to the seller and I said, look, question, this doesn't look to be an actual representation of what you're doing. So can you send me a photo of the actual suit that you're selling? And that was about a week and a half ago. He finally wrote back to me, and he sent me this. And this is very different from that original photo. So this is just, like, if you look at the cape, it's got, like, these weird snaps. The S is just whatever. It's fine, I guess. The muscle shading and padding is completely different. It's not form-fitting at all. The belt looks like to be a belt from like the Gap or something, or American Eagle. Like, I don't know what stores still exist. Kmart. We'll say Kmart and Walmart. This belt is not a Superman belt. The pants are just like these leather sort of bike pants with a zip. I mean, the boots, he sent me a picture of the boots, and he's like, these are the boots that would go with it. And at first, like, that was the first thing I saw. And I was like, oh, those are interesting. Those aren't so bad. But then I saw the rest of the costume, and I was like, oh, hell nah. And then he said, this is the costume. If you want to increase the length of the cloak, then you can ask, and you can make the cloak non-removable as seen in the picture. Customers demand we make this cape removable. If you like the costume, then order quick to get it fast. The gloves are also optional. Apparently there's gloves with this costume for reasons. He said he wouldn't charge me extra because I waited as long as I did for his response, which was fine. Like, that's nice. I feel like that's nice. But the thing is, like, I politely declined this because it is not at all what this costume looks like. And it's dangerous. Like, people go in asking for like a $700 costume, and based on a picture, and if they're not doing their due diligence, this is what they end up with. And that, to me, is not worth $700. Like, I mean, sure, of course you're paying for somebody's time, you're paying for the materials, but even then, like, when it's that different from the picture that is on display, I don't even know if that's even what I'm going to get. So no, I'm not going to pay $700 for something that different from what I'm seeing. And then he tried to claim to tell me that this was actually something that the customer requested, and that's why it looks so different. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. The second seller, now I found this one. Now this guy is just blatantly using images that are not his. So this guy, I'm going to actually name him. I didn't name the other guy, but Labrienko Handmade. He's actually using an image of a cosplayer that I know, the French Superman. Follow him. He's amazing. Who has his suit from Replica Industries. I know this because I've also had a suit from Replica Industries. This person on Etsy is charging like $300 and something for this Replica Industries suit that actually costs closer to $1,500 US, like some even sometimes more. So he's using an image that's not his. He's using a costume that he doesn't make, and he's selling it for a fifth of the price. So it's just false advertising. It's not his image. It's not his suit. He's charging something that shouldn't be charged. And you're probably going to get something crappy. Now, I've reached out to this person and I said, can you send me a photo of the actual suit? I know for a fact that you are not Replica Industries and that this suit has not been made by you. I have yet to hear from him. Maybe I'll put that in a future episode. But so these are the things that you need to worry about. So when you go onto something like Etsy, do your due diligence. Look at different cosplayers, and if something looks familiar, it's probably fake. It's probably like, oh, that, like, I know that suit is not from this maker, and I know for a fact if I'm looking at that suit, and even if I didn't know it was from Replica Industries, you got to use your intelligence here. Like, is that a suit that looks like it should only cost $300? Probably not. Like, there's probably more to it than that. I can tell you now, like, a good custom suit is going to cost at least $1,000. It's going to cost at least $1,000. And if the image is AI generated, or it looks to be a little bit too perfect and maybe AI generated, ask that seller for, confirmation. What does the actual suit look like? And if they won't send you that, then they're probably lying to you. So those are the things that you need to really, really think about. I would always say, if you have a question on a costume, if you want something made, go to a reputable source. Go to somebody who has a large Instagram following, who has collaborations, who has proven themselves. Napier's, Unmasked Studios, Replica Industries, places like that. Make sure that you ask somebody like me, like, hey, I'm looking at this. Can you help me out? And I'll tell you. It's like, all right, well, these are the red flags that I see. Right? So you want to make sure that you're doing that. Or go to a company like Sim Cosplay, Pro Cosplay, Charan Buy, Unibuy Plus. Like, they are all costume makers that have proven customer base. And they are places that you can use options like PayPal. Like, obviously with Etsy you can get your money back, of course, but it's just too much of a hassle. It really, really is. So take everything that you see online, especially on something like Etsy, with a grain of salt, because there is really the possibility of being burned. So I hope that this video helps shed some light on what's real and what's not. AI is crazy. It's paving the way for some real big false advertising. Ooh, knocked the mic. Live theater. There we go again. But yes, please, look, if you enjoyed this video, please check out my other suit reviews. Lots up there. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, ding, ding, share it with your friends, really big. Also, do consider becoming a member where you'll get things that are not available to the general public, including some of my suit reviews that I haven't made available to the public. and you just get a little bit of extra content. Make sure you follow me at Superfit Cosplay on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.